So today I want to share a few thoughts about why I started in the industry myself. I get that question a lot when I'm interviewing people. They ask, Frank, what got you started, or what are some tips or ideas for someone like me thinking about getting into the industry? And so for me, my own story starts when I was actually working with another company. Someone in the office was being recruited or courted to be recruited by someone in the industry, and they came back and shared with me what this company was doing. And I said, and they wanted to get my opinion. So I said, sure, I'll check it out. And I called this guy, Jeff, and, after drilling him a little bit, because I thought this was something that it was not. And he finally just got to saying, look, Frank, here's what we do. We educate families about money. We teach them how to get out of debt. We show them how to, send their kids to college, how to spend less money on things like insurance, and how to be able to put money away for retirement. Just all the things that I knew I wanted to learn. I grew up in a pretty middle-class family, and, did good. We weren't wealthy, but we weren't poor. But I will tell you this, no one taught us about money. And I kind of looked at myself at that point. Here I was doing really good. At that point, I was 27 years old. I was making about $65,000 a year, but I was spending about $80,000 a year. I needed to learn more about money. And so I said, all right, let's sit down. Teach me a little bit more about money. And so Jeff sat down and put together a financial needs analysis, and it was amazing to me, because I had been through an experience maybe about 6 months earlier where someone literally flat out told me, hey, I didn't have enough money to really be taken serious to start investing. And so I kind of felt, all right, well, maybe I'm just not the kind of guy that gets to invest money. And Jeff sat down and taught me so much about money and saving and investing, and how to be smart with insurance. And so that's what really started me. A lot of people don't know this. I started in the industry as a client before I ever thought about a career here. And I was given the opportunity to start with the firm part-time, and I worked my way up. I was literally able to replace the $65,000 a year that I was making in about 9 months with what I was doing part-time. Now, I'm not saying that's how it works for everybody, but I will tell you that if you put in the work, you're going to get the rewards. And so what do I love about what we do more than anything is that when I walk away from the table, I know that those kids are going to college because I helped mom and dad make a good decision that day. I know that that young couple has got a much better shot of making it through life as a couple, as opposed to becoming a statistic of divorce because debt caused them to kind of turn on one another. That's one of the leading causes of divorce, money problems, according to the American Bar Association. And they would know a thing or two about that. This older couple that's wondering if they will ever be able to retire, I get to show them, look, if you just tweak these things here, work this out a little bit here, and we can really make it happen. You really can retire. It's like watching a physical weight fall off their shoulder. So what do I love about what we do here? We get to give people hope for a living. The money is wonderful, and it's a great industry, and you can do very well here, but we get to give hope to people for a living. And that's a pretty amazing thing about what we do as well. So I hope that helps you, give you a few ideas, a little bit about, what we're doing here, why you might want a possible career with this firm, and just some thoughts to think about before you sit down and take a deeper dive. All right? God bless. We'll see you at the top, because the bottom is way too crowded.